Hey, it's Silver Dollar. I'm here playing the Nightmare Cooperative. So it's this new game that's coming out in July, and I managed to get my hands on, I guess, a beta copy of it. So it's described as a strategic adventure. So basically, it's like a puzzle game, but it's roguelike, which is kind of cool. So roguelike meaning auto, I guess, generating levels that change every single time you play. And you also get different characters each time you play. So, it's sort of like a new game, every time you start it up. So the goal is, you got to move through these levels, get to the top right-hand corner where those little stairs are, and get all your characters in there. So right now, I'm working with 3 characters. And anytime you move, the characters all move that direction with you. So that's what kind of makes it tricky. I guess I sort of figured out like a little strategy was, you try and get rid of all your characters except for one. And then you can kind of run around the map with the one character, getting the other items. The only goal in the game, aside from surviving, is getting gold. So right now you'll see the bottom right hand corner, I have 14 gold. So I guess the game just kind of tracks like how far you make it and then how much gold you get. The fighting is simple. It's just you run into any of the minions that you face. So it's not too tough, but you got to keep an eye on your little hearts, because every time you run into a minion, you attack it, but then you also lose a heart. So it's sort of, I guess that's what makes it a little tricky. Every time you open a chest as well, you end up releasing more minions onto the map. So like the 3 chests, I guess you get 3 gold when you open those chests, but you also release a ton of minions. So it's a bit of a trade-off that you got to sort of figure out what works best. Now, I'm not very good at puzzle games, so I'm sure like my strategy isn't the best, but this thing's been getting me by a little bit. This level's a little bit weird. I think that thing in the top left-hand corner is some sort of super gold item, like it gives you 20 gold, or I don't know, something like that. And you got to activate a little switch there to get the spikes down. So each character is a little bit different. So the first guy there, I think that's Necromancer. I don't know, raises skeletons. That's like his ability. The next one is the priest, and that heals your troops. The third one, can't remember the name, but she walks through walls. So, that one's always kind of handy. Yeah, there's an astral walker. So I'm going to use her right here to see if I can sneak up top and get that special one. So the abilities are kind of neat. Some of the other ones are like, the guy will do 2 hits on an enemy instead of 1, or knock back an enemy. So it takes a while to get used to all the abilities, but they've got some kind of neat ones. And I guess, you end up preferring some of the over others. Like the Necromancer skeletons, I'm not really sure on the point. I guess they do attack, but they tend to die like extremely fast. So it's a little tricky. Those massive guys with the pitchforks just constantly destroy me, so it doesn't seem to be worth it to fight them. This is like one of my better rounds. I had a lot of messy rounds, which I sort of got rid of those. But this one was a little bit better, but I'm still making tons of mistakes. So now the art style in the game is pretty cool. For anyone that has like an iPhone or Android or something, it might remind you of some of those apps. There's 2 that came to mind for me. One is called Monument Valley, and the other one was called Windowsill. And they both just had sort of similar style art. They were a bit more like point and click play, so different style game, but very similar art, which I think is, it's a bit more common on mobile devices. I could definitely see myself playing this on iPad. I'm playing this right now on PC, but, and it runs really smooth. So if you're into puzzles, maybe that's more your machine. but it seems like a pretty good mobile game, and I think the art style is pretty cool. Now here I finally got to this the second level. So the first level was Catacombs. This is Ice Layer, I think, Iceland or something. And the minions that you face change. You get these little snail guys that drop that ice that freezes you. Yeah, it just froze my Astral Walker person there. But they're not, they're still not too bad. Definitely seems to be like at least my strategy was you don't want to open the chest straight away, because as soon as you get more than 3 minions on the map, it can get pretty tricky. Some of the minions are, their AI is kind of stupid. It does help a little bit because it gives you a little bit of, free moves or whatever, and you can kind of, adjust your gameplay a little bit. But sometimes they actually chase you down, so it does add a little bit, a little bit more to the game, I guess. Here I'm starting to get a little screwed, but as long as you got, I guess, 2 hearts, you're kind of safe. Once you're within a square of an enemy, though, you can't pass them over. So, yeah, like that. I just got lucky there, I think, and I don't know why I opened that chest. That was dumb. Okay. I think this is the best I've done so far. There's 2 sleeping guys there, so that's how you get like new teammates. So I walk through the wall, then I walk out again through the wall. Now I guess because this version's beta, there might be a few little glitches. To me, it was pretty smooth. I saw the odd bug, but it really wasn't too bad. So I could definitely see this coming out in the next few weeks. But yeah, if you see here, so I finish off with that first character, and then unfortunately I thought I'd be able to get out of this little room. I just had to end up quitting, unfortunately. So that was a little bit of a bummer. But you know what? Like, I'll consider this as basically a win. So, 1 for silver dollar, 0 for the game. Excellent. So yeah, check this game out when it comes out in July. It should be out on Steam, which is pretty cool. Nightmare Cooperative. SLVRDLLR.